I shouldn't lead that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me,
Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where we are going to meet Mrs. Universe. Now, the grand finals of the Mrs. Universe Trinidad and Tobago competition was held on May 18th, 2025 at the Center of Excellence. It was a remarkable and inspiring event that showcased the strength, talent and beauty of our delegates, the winners of which are here this morning. So let me say welcome to Alveada Meah, the National Director for Mrs. Universe TNT, Ancilla Kirby-Scott, Mrs. Universe Trinidad and Tobago 2025, and Pryia Ali, Miss Woman of the Universe. Ladies, good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning.
I'm in the presence of royalty, and I'm excited to find out more about each of these titles because there are distinctions. But first, Alveada, give me a little bit of insight as to what the Mrs. Universe pageant is all about and the distinction in titles.
Okay, so Mrs. Universe Trinidad and Tobago, this year was the second year that we held the pageant in Trinidad, but it is a 48-year-old pageant, so it's not something that is new, but it's something that is new to Trinidad. Last year I only did Mrs. segment, but this year I did both Miss and Mrs. So I had 8 winners, but 6 titles. It was a remarkable journey where it started in January this year and it ended in May. They had a series of pre-judged events starting in January. We had the media launch and session. February we had a forum day where we focused on the domestic violence against women and children. Then we had a karaoke night, which is the most fun event throughout the entire journey. And then of course we had the grand finals. At grand finals we had the Mrs. Universe Trinidad and Tobago title. We had the Miss Woman of the Universe Trinidad and Tobago, and we had Mrs. Grand, and we also have Mrs. Woman of the Universe. So it's 6 titles, but I crowned 8 winners.
Ooh, a lot,
Yes.
a lot to go through.
And they all go internationally.
Right. Now, all of these other competitions or other titles, sorry, are actually internationally recognized, yes. But make the distinction, at least between the two that we have present, because Mrs. Universe is one, but Mrs. Woman of the Universe is another.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Okay, so Mrs. Universe is for married women 18 to 55 years old, and the Miss Woman of the Universe is for unmarried women who are from 15 to 35 years old. So one is the Mrs. category and one is the Miss category.
All right, technically we got it there.
Yeah.
Now, to the actual delegates, and in this case title holders, let me first say congratulations. Thank you. But in terms of getting into pageantry, can I start with you, Mrs. Universe? What was the deciding factor, especially since the criteria has changed for Miss Universe now, where you would technically be eligible, not so?
Of course.
What was the thought process into getting into this one?
To be honest with you, I really am about activism. I'm passionate about philanthropy and representing my community of Laventille, which is often misunderstood and stigmatized.
But you are giving me the softest voice right now. I need the universe to hear you.
I really am passionate about activism and philanthropy and representing the community of Laventille that is often misrepresented, overlooked, so it is really a wonderful opportunity as a young woman to do so.
Fantastic. And Miss Woman of the Universe, or Miss Universe technically,
Yes.
What would have been your propelling factor, if you will, to get you into pageantry?
Well, it was a dream since I was very young. I always saw it on TV and I was like, I want to be like that one day.
That's simple. Now, the process, you made it sound very simple, Alveada, in terms of there being pre-show events and then, of course, on the night. But with months of preparation, there always is a platform that these women will stand on and proceed to embody after the pageant. Tell me a little bit about the work behind the scenes.
Well, the platform that Mrs. Universe, they focus on is domestic violence against women and children. So that is an international platform for Mrs. Universe, and for the Miss segment, they focus on animal cruelty. So we did a lot of things in the sense that they raised funds for the TTPSC, and we didn't partner with anything with domestic violence this year. This year we partnered with the Princess Elizabeth Special school for children. So yes, Mrs. Universe advocates for domestic violence, but this year we did something a little bit different in Trinidad, where we partnered with the Princess Elizabeth Center. On the night of the show, we had 3 of the children present. We gave them a donation where all the girls, they would have raised funds, and we gave them a donation of $2,500 this year on behalf of Mrs. Universe. And we look forward to working with the Princess Elizabeth Center, special center that is, a lot more closely.
Nice. Now, Pryia, I'm going to start with you just because I really like animals. So in terms of that advocacy, what has that done for you in terms of enhancing your life experience and, of course, that of the animals?
Well, I loved animals since I was very young. I had 14 dogs at some point.
High five, Pryia. High five.
So I think that speaks for itself.
Now, in terms of any discoveries or learnings while actually doing so, the volunteerism that is.
Well, I learned that there were a lot of violence. The amount was astonishing because there were so many simple reasons people taking out their anger on animals because of family issues. It was, honestly, I cried at some point.
Oh boy. And in terms of enhancing that platform to make the Laventille area a more positive one, how did you tie that in with your advocacy this time around?
I believe Laventille is a beautiful place rich in culture. It's the heart of the city, and I believe personally for me it is a great opportunity to do that, to showcase what Laventille offers, our talent, our gifts, and so forth. And given the opportunity with the causes that the Mrs. Universe represents really is worthwhile. And in my case, I would have had to speak on domestic violence, and we know we are all plagued by that in some way. And again, it was very traumatizing going through that. It was an emotional setting for us. We are seeing where our women are being murdered, are being torn apart from their families. So it's really good to really speak on that and give persons that voice.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Although yours very, very soft, and I'll remind you that all day. I think you would have had quite the task, though, in terms of seeing the delegate screening and narrowing it down to as many titles as you did. Your choices in delegates. Now, my question is what we look for in each of these persons, because somebody out there is looking on and would love to embody these titles.
The thing about it is, this is why I have so much pre-judged activities, because it is not just about the grand finals. We look for somebody who could look beautiful in a dress or heels. It's more than that. It's about being determined, committed, timeliness. So, you know, if you're not committed to wanting to be part of this, it doesn't make sense. So I think if you have a passion for pageants or the beauty industry, and you are committed enough, and you're within the age group, you give it a try. Once you're interested, it is something that I would advise anybody who has the passion to go for.
Ladies, I see you nodding emphatically. Definitely no reason not to.
Well, there's no reason not to. It's all about inclusivity.
I like that. So I might not be going off for a title, but somebody out there might be. Alveada, tell us how we can be part of the pageantry world.
Well, we are on all social media platforms, and they leave September, October this year to go, but screening is starting back as of July, because I want to have ample time to get the right delegates, because honestly it is difficult dealing with women of all different backgrounds, and I think I need to screen a little bit more diligently this time to ensure that we have because we started with 18 girls but we ended with 12. So along the way there was a lot of square pegs in wrong hole. So this time I want to do a little more rigorous screening.
Laughing here. Yes. But I can imagine the stories you all will have to tell. As you guys get ready to head out, any final words that you'd like Trinidad and Tobago to hear from the representatives as you represent us abroad? We'll start with you, Pryia.
Well, I definitely want to make Trinidad and Tobago proud. I want to make everyone know that I'm going there and I'm coming back with that title.
Them thing. Ancilla.
Of course, and I carry the hopes and dreams of my community of Laventille, and I am really excited. I love my country. I love Trinidad and Tobago, and I definitely will bring home the crown. We will bring home the crown.
Best of luck, ladies, and congratulations in advance on the successes you've accomplished thus far.
Thank you very much.
For now, though, you could wear a crown too, but you'll find out more things that'll make you feel even more royal here on the Now Morning Show after these messages. Stick around, guys.
Put up a fist so she lay.